Hello and welcome to the North Andover Journal, where we bring you all the latest North Andover news, events, and happenings. I'm your hometown host, Ron Carpenito, and come join us for a quick look around town. On Saturday, October 19th, the Johnson North Andover High School Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony took place at the Elks Lodge in Lawrence. 9 players, a coach, a community contributor, and a team were honored in a ceremony with food, drinks, and fond memories. Current North Andover cross-country coach Rick Delakai spoke at the ceremony on behalf of his state championship winning cross-country team from 1981. We spoke with Coach Delakai about the ceremony and the team finally getting that acknowledgement that he believes they never received back in 1981.
I've been to many of these in the past, but this is the first one obviously where I've been a recipient. So it was kind of neat, going from sort of being spectator at these things to being a participant. But I think the biggest thrill was just seeing the guys again. It's been 43 years since we won that championship, and most of the guys I haven't seen in probably 41 or 42 of those years. So it was neat getting together and reminiscing about that season. The different things that we remember, because we don't all have the same sort of memories about it. So it was interesting getting all the different perspectives on that season and on that particular day too of the state meet. I'm sitting with some of my teammates from 81, and they kind of turned to me and said, "Wow, you've coached a lot of Hall of Fame athletes." And I said, "Yeah, and this year this class was particularly track and cross country heavy." And so it was nice to go in with those guys, because some of the greatest runners I've ever had the pleasure to coach were going in on that night as well. So it really was a special night, for that reason. Here's the thing that we were all talking about Saturday night, and that kind of got brought up in a way in my speech, but more in Jim Watson, our captain's speech, was it was nice to sort of finally have that accomplishment acknowledged. At the time, in early 80s, cross country was an invisible sport. And we were part of a program that was at that time the second most successful in school history. And we didn't get a whole lot of credit for that. I mean, even when we won the state meet, the local paper put it on page 12 of the sports. And as Jim noted, the headline was that the football team won the KPN Link Championship. We had already run five of those in a row. So it was nice finally to get in front of a crowd who could appreciate the magnitude of that event, because I don't think at the time it really got its due. And again, the fact that we've had to wait so long to be inducted might speak to the sport as the visibility of the sport as well. But hey, better late than never is kind of what I was thinking. It was great to to finally have that accomplishment acknowledged, because it was a big deal. And as I pointed out in the speech, we did something that had never been done before and has never been done since. Well, certainly the environment surrounding athletics has changed since I was in high school. And I have the feeling now that all of your sports kind of get their due, and that's the feeling I have, that certainly track is not an invisible sport anymore, nor is really any athletic activity here. We have a culture now kind of equality among athletes, whereas back in the day you had your marquee sports, which were football, basketball, and baseball, and they got the majority of the press and the headlines and the stories, and sort of everybody else was, it seemed to be filler. But now, I think, over the last 4 decades, that certainly has shifted. And I think that's great because every sport and every athlete should have an opportunity to be acknowledged.
And now let's hear an update from our interim superintendent of North Andover Public Schools, Pamela Lathrop.
Hello, North Andover community. I'm Pam Lathrop, interim superintendent for North Andover Public Schools. With the arrival of fall, I'm filled with joy and excitement as we continue our journey through this school year. Serving as interim superintendent for North Andover Public Schools is both a privilege and a profound responsibility, and I'm deeply committed to ensuring we provide the very best education for our students. Leading our district is an honor I do not take lightly, and I am grateful for this opportunity to work with such a dedicated community. Our amazing staff are working tirelessly to support our students academically and socially, emotionally. Their commitment to fostering children's growth, resilience, and success is inspiring. Every day, our educators and staff make a difference in the lives of students, creating an environment where students' learning is both challenging and nurturing. I'm also thrilled to share that the addition and ongoing renovation project at North Andover Middle School is progressing well. This project was made possible through the generosity and support of our community, and it reflects our shared commitment to creating excellent learning spaces that meet the needs of our growing student population. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all those who are involved in making this vision a reality. While we are experiencing some challenges, particularly around our budget, we are actively collaborating with our town to gain an accurate picture of our spending and to prepare a responsible FY26 budget. Despite these challenges, we have remained focused on our initiatives and committed to achieving our goals. This year we have specific goals or key objectives that are all drawn from our strategic plan. Just to remind you, our strategic plan has 3 objectives: equity for all students, consistent and rigorous curriculum, and targeted professional development. Our specific goals for the 2024-2025 school year are 1, a high quality instructional materials, deeper learning, and equity. This means that our educators will be utilizing high quality instructional materials and research-based practices to ensure that our students engage in complex grade level work and support deeper learning. Our second goal is focused around multi-tiered systems of support and equity. We will be building and strengthening our support systems for our students across all tiers of instruction, ensuring that every child receives the support they need to succeed. And our last goal will focus around budget and equity. The North Andover Public Schools will make strategic decisions to implement efficient systems to work within our allocated budget, ensuring a balanced approach that aligns with our educational priorities. I hope you heard the word equity in all 3 of our goals. We understand that equity is not something that can stand alone, that it's important, it's embedded in all the work that we do. As we move forward, I look forward to connecting with you at schools and in the community and at community events. I'm eager to learn more about the district's strengths as well as areas where we can improve. Your insights, or glows and grows as I like to call them, are invaluable to helping us shape a brighter future for our North Andover Public Schools. Thank you for your support, trust, and commitment to our schools. Together we will make this year a year of joy, learning, and achievement for all students.
Well, every year the North Andover Fire Department holds an open house for the public. This year's open house took place on October 12th during Fire Prevention Week. We spoke with Public Information Officer Neil Patanod as well as attendees at the event to find out more.
So specific open houses like this theme, they're once a year, Fire Prevention Week. It lasts the first weekend in October. Once a year for Fire Prevention Week, usually we do it on a Saturday. And then our other big event for the fire department is National Night Out, which is it's an off-site event. So the activities today, we're trying to do a little bit of a demonstration about everything that there is in the day and life of a firefighter here in North Andover. So as you can see, we have our ambulance set up, we have a CPR station, we have a water station, we can spray our forestry hoses. With that, we have a hose rolling station, so we're showing people how to roll out a hose and then how to roll it back up, pack it up at the end of the day. We also have our fire safety house, the smoke house, that all the young kids here are familiar with from fire education in the schools. And we did have an aerial ladder climb. We showed how the ladder truck gets set up and how our members climb the ladder to get to the roof of a tall building.
At the event, we got the opportunity to see the fire safety training house in use.
Remember, stay low under the smoke, right? You crawl down nice and slow. Come on.
I can't crawl under this. That sounds good.
If you're on your bum, you can, right? Stay low, there you go. Nice job.
We also heard from some of the attendees about what they learned and how they felt about the North Andover Fire Department.
We learned how to shoot the hose, and we learned that the hose is very strong. The water is very strong, and it pushed us over.
The NAFD is very including and supportive, and if you have any questions, they'll answer those questions for you and show you around the firehouse, show you some of their history and some of the things that they do to help keep this town running.
So you'll see as you meet more firefighters, not even in this town, but nationwide, a lot of firefighters work in the town they grew up in. So me specifically, the majority of the crew here today, we all grew up here, second generation, third generation. That brings like a familiarity with the faces of the people that you're working with, whether it's on one of their best days or one of their worst days, depending on the interaction we're having. But then it makes events like we have today just kind of like a big family reunion. For people that are attending the event, I hope they get to see, when they see the red lights or they hear the sirens going down the road or they see us stopped, at a lemonade stand or talking to someone that just might have flagged us down, what's going on behind the scenes. They see us, they see our station, they see some of the things we use for training, public outreach. We're trying to reduce the amount of fires, reduce the amount of people injured, get better understanding of CPR, and not just the man in the fire suit or the woman in the fire suit running into a building. There's a lot more involved in that job, especially in a small community.
Well, this past Halloween, it wasn't just the kids who got to dress up and trick-or-treat. The pets got an opportunity as well. Peddling Fools down at the Mill buildings held their first Tricks for Treats event. They collaborated with local businesses in the Mill area to put together a trick-or-treating event for dogs. The event culminated in a pet parade where the best pet costumes were rewarded with goodie bags full of merchandise from participating businesses. Now, we spoke with David Ricker and Peddling Fools and other Mill business owners, and we got the scoop on the furry fun.
Hey, I'm Dave Ricker. I'm from Peddling Fools Mobile Bicycle Service. I operate a mobile bike shop here in the North Andover community as well as surrounding communities. We're hosting a pet Halloween party today. Every year, this is my, I think, 6th season setting up here in the courtyard at the mills. And every spring, there's a group of dogs that remember me from the season before and have to come down and say hello. And on a weekly basis at my pop-ups, there's a group of dogs that come by every week and need to get some love-ins and say hello. So I thought I'd give back to the dogs of the community and the pets. We have Stacci's Pizza is providing the pizzas for lunch, Good Day Cafe, the Village Studio, the East Mill Animal Hospital, Tavern on High restaurant. The Restoration Barbershop, and the businesses in the building number 4 are Rilari, J&A Hair, At Lash, and Lana Hair.
Yeah, so I own Lana Hair Studio. It's in 4 High Street in North Andover, right across from Stacci's Pizza. And this is Julia. She owns JVN Beauty, and she works with me. And I did bring my dog, and we just donated some gift certificates and some products.
Yeah, I donated from myself a 60-minute custom facial, a lash lift and tint, and then we combined some products together to donate a bunch of those. I would just say I hope people come by, get to meet us, and kind of get introduced to what we do, and then can kind of just grow our communities.
Because we're not storefront, there's people not walking by necessarily from the street, so it's good to kind of do this to get our...
Yeah, it gives us a little bit more exposure. We get to interact with people in the community and just kind of get our names out there.
I'm hoping that this will become an annual event here at the Mill Complex, and the apartment complex Avalon is participating as well. So I'm hoping in years to come to become an annual, community event.
And part of this year's event involved announcing the winners of the Pet Halloween Costume Contest. There were 3 categories: Overall Best, Scariest, and Cutest, which David announced in the Mills courtyard.
And I think we're going to award Officer Scarlett the best overall category.
Scarlett?
scariest definitely goes to the scream dogs. I think cutest is going to go to Miss Pickles.
Oh, yes.
And again, thank you for participating in the first.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for
What I hope will be an annual event. Yeah. Just trying to bring awareness to the mills and the fact that it's not just it's also businesses, not just residents.
While we love putting the show together, it would not be possible without help from residents just like you. If you know of any stories around town that deserve to be heard, you can send them to us here at the Journal. Also, you can help create segments for the show, work behind the scenes in our control room, or get in front of the camera just like me. Get in touch with us today by emailing the Journal at northandovercam.org or giving us a call at 978-687-6570. From all of us here at the Journal and North Andover Cam, I'm your hometown host, Ron Carpenito, and thank you for watching.